All right, so here's example 2, and this time we're going to find the polar coordinates of R when they are rectangular points, when it's a rectangular point of -8, -12. So again, we're dealing with polar coordinates, that's what we're trying to find, but we're given a rectangular coordinate. So we're changing over. So that means here, when we look at it, we're finding R using this part, and we're finding theta using one of these. That's neat. So when we look at it, first off, go ahead and write that down. Find the polar coordinates of R, which is -8, -12. Now with it, we know x equals, my pen's starting to work out. X equals -8, and y is equal to -12. So -8, -12. And we have to pretty much find the R and the theta. So we have to get it to this. This is our goal. That's our goal. So with that, we're going to first off find our R using the formula that's up here. Yeah. And so here, for right now, we're just going to deal with our positive, and I'll let you know when we have to deal with the negative portion of it. So here we have our x and our y values. We're going to substitute that in and solve for R. And so you know that we'll get positive 64 here, positive 144 here, and we'll add those two together. So that'll give us a square root of 208. And then we're going to round this to give us our decimal answer, I should say, because it's not going to be a perfect square. So we're going to say this is approximately 14.42. So we do the approximate sign because it's approximate there. Okay. Now we also have to find our theta. And I'm going to put this down on this next line here because I'm going to write something above it. Now, when it came to these two portions here, we said that if it's greater than 0, we use the first one. If x is greater than 0, and if x is less than 0, we use the second one. But for this problem, we have x is equal to -8. We know -8 is less than 0, so that means x is going to be less than 0. So that means we have to use this second formula. So we will do arc tan y over x plus pi. So we have our y, we have our x, and we just go ahead and find those values and go from there. So here we have arc tan, y is -12, x is -8 plus pi. If you simplify this -12 over -8, you will get that it is 3 over 2. And at this point, it will be fine for me to tell you to go ahead and put that into the calculator. So remember, arc tan is the same thing as saying tan inverse. So I'm going to just write this over again so that it's tan inverse. All right, we're going to do plus pi back here. And so with this, whenever you deal with our angles, and maybe that should have been part of the original part too, let's just add these in. Let's do this even with the formula. We're going to add parentheses around this fraction here. So every time you do this, it's going to be around the fraction, and then plus pi is going to be on the back side of it. And so here, the same thing should go for these formulas too. And I apologize, I should have put that in there originally. In the textbook, it's not like that, but it's important that you put it in that way, because if not, you won't get the right answer. And so here, also, they don't tell you whether it's degrees or radians. For right now, let's just go with radians, and then in the future, they'll let you know if it should be degrees or radians or not. But here we're going to do radians for this part. And so when you put it into the calculator, you do tan inverse, parentheses 3/2, plus pi on the outside. And then that will give us a theta of approximately, because you're rounding again, about 4.12. Because after the 2 is a 4 and it doesn't round up, which means it stays there. So our polar coordinate is 14.42 and 4.12. All right, so pretty simple and easy. Again, the only thing that's going to be different about these is if x is positive or negative, depending on which formula to use here. So look out, because here I come. And we just finished that problem. All right, so let's go to our next thing.